refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
Found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes. They gonna take it.
This is what we got to tell.
Every fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Man, oh man. What a game. What a day yesterday. What a day yesterday, y'all. Yesterday, we had some exciting college basketball games that happened in the Women's Elite Eight. We will be talking about that today. Great risings. Good morning. However you want to greet, how are you doing today? Hope everybody's doing fine. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We are live on YouTube and X on the Refuse to Lose network. This is the Refuse to Lose show. Man, as you can see, Joe's not here. He's on the road. So Joe, drive safe, get to your destination safely, and get back home safely. I got my dummy bro with me today. What's going on, Tomo?
Man, not too much, man. I got a question though. Hey, Facebook, what's up, man? What y'all not messing with us no more or something? Like the views going up now, y'all just like they shadow banned us. Like we can't go live on the book no more.
No bull, man. What's going on Facebook? Hey, Mark Zuckerberg, what's up, dog? What's up, dog?
They gonna find a way to keep the black man down, man.
always hate. Yeah,
man. But I'm doing good. How you?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I'm actually able to do. We ain't got to speed through today's show, so we could just do it normally like how we used to. I mean, yesterday was a quick show though, but I still feel like we had a really good time. But I'm excited to talk about these ladies in college basketball. Iowa and UConn both advanced to the Final Four and will face each other in the Final Four. So, we see who they're going to be in the championship. Which one of these teams will be in the championship game? Because you got South Carolina and NC State on the other side. Man, shout out to UConn and NC State.
The battle of the Carolinas is going to be a good one.
Both of those teams have men and women in the Final Four.
That's true.
That is crazy. This is the first time this has happened in NCAA history. And I don't know if anyone has talked about that yet, but we here, so we could talk about it.
Hey, good coaching.
Definitely great coaching. Great coaching. But man, it's going to be a great show today. Like I said, make sure you like, share, subscribe. We are live on X and YouTube right now. We also got to talk about Derrick James and Earl Spence parting ways, So that's got to hear about that. And then who in the West is going to be in the play-in tournament? Because you got the Rockets that's making some moves. They played the best basketball since March. So we don't know, they right there with the Warriors and the Lakers is right there. So we'll see who can make it in there.
I know one team that's not in the play-in. The Mavericks. Tell them, Kev, Dallas Mavericks.
He gonna say Alice Mavericks.
Hey, as long as he comment, but he know what's up.
That's true. But man, yeah, make sure you y'all in that comment section, man. Fire it up. And other than that, enjoy the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
Man, it's Tuesdays. It's Tuesdays. Look, I'm saying it like we have Ruby Tuesdays or something. But Dave, I know you
That's,
had a long weekend.
yeah, it's two days in a row.
You
2 days in a
know,
row. You're right.
I might have to put you in the doghouse, man, because Wednesday coming up, but we can't start the show unless we.
Turn me up, 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 up. Hey, I did have a long weekend. I had a great weekend with my fiance, man. So I'm just, I'm still on a high right now. So
Hey, we understand, man. You on the high, Caitlin Clark on the high. I can't pronounce my other girl named number 11. She
Paige
not
Bar-
on the high. She not on the high.
that's
She
true.
not on the high. No. We talking about the one who had to run under the screens, run through some screens, run through some people, just chase everybody
You
around.
talking about Haley Van Lift? That's what you're talking about.
Ooh, she needed a lift. You need to call it a lift because it got ugly. She got hawk eyed. We talking about revenge tour. Everybody was looking for revenge, but it's I think more so Caitlin because Iowa beat LSU to make it to the Final Four. Caitlin dropped 41, leading the team to a 94-87 win. And I mean, there's so much you could say about this game. There's so many moments out the gate. You already seen Iowa was on a mission. You also seen LSU make some runs again. But we're gonna give you a quick little recap of how we was feeling. So, Dave, I know you watch more of the NCAA side of sports. How you feel about this game?
This game was great from beginning to end. Because I had to go back and watch the first quarter because I didn't watch the entire thing at first, but I watched all of the second, third, and fourth, and it was why. I got a question: why don't the men just do it like this? Like, I know you got two halves, but just make it 4 quarters. Just
That's a good question.
make it just as simple as the NBA. Just like how I don't know. I guess it's a topic for another day, but. I originally picked LSU to win this game. I thought that they would be able to dominate, but Kaylee Clark had another. She had another idea. She was like, "Nah, I'm gonna go in here and buck 9 threes in y'all face."
Bing bang.
And I'm also gonna get my team involved. So she not only had 41 points, she had 12 assists in this game. So she had a double-double along with 7 rebounds. So she was 3 rounds away from a triple-double. And isn't it just amazing that she shows up when it matters the most? We know how great she is during the regular season. We know she broke the records. But she's now showing you, she's like, hey, this I'm not just a regular season woman. I was in the championship last year. Like, yeah, I do know that. I was in the championship last year. And now I'm back in the Final Four. So I'm letting you know I'm here. And we know she here. She balled out. She also had a teammate, Martin, who put up 21 points. So I was just they just did whatever they needed to do to make sure that they won this game. Angel Reese had got an injury a little bit in I think it was the second or third quarter, and she pretty much wasn't the same since then. But they defended her pretty well. But also she just shot some bad shots when she was down low. It was some wild layups that just didn't look like it was going to be good. She bricked a lot. Although she ended the game with 17 points and 20 rebounds, if you watch that game, it wasn't good in the end. There were times I do feel like she was open when she should have gotten the ball, but when she had her chances, she just wasn't making them. And then was it Flo, the other girl, the other young lady that's on the team? She had a really good game too. She had 23 points and 6 rebounds, but they couldn't really make a shot from 3 if it wasn't someone else other than Williams. Williams is the only one who shot really good from 3. She shot 50%. But Flo and Haley Van Lift were both 1 of 6. They were both 2 of 12 from 3. So it's like it were bad misses too, especially from Haley. So I'm not sure. But shout out to Iowa, shout out to LSU as well for getting this far. I think we all expected them to pretty much get this far. We probably didn't know they were going to meet up again, but man, it was a great game overall. And I'm just excited to see what's going to happen in the Final Four. I want to see what Iowa does against UConn.
Man, that's gonna be very, very interesting, man. Because as I was watching this game, out the gate, you already know Caitlin came out. She hit a big three, and then like you said, the assist was there. She was getting her teammates involved because off rip, Caitlin knew that everyone was going to either. And I've been watching JJ Redick and LeBron podcast, so I may sound like a coach now. They were going to blitz her, right? And she was like, okay, if y'all come at me, I'm gonna just find the open person. And every time the open person got the ball in like the first half, they was knocking down the shots. Now, what was good is that LSU found a way to kind of settle in, and then they got a little bit more physical. Because that was the difference in the first quarter of the game. It was more so Iowa was being the shooters, but LSU was being more physical. And then if you're gonna keep being a bully, at some point you're gonna get tired.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't really keep fighting back, and them threes is hitting, you're just gonna be like,
what more do you want from me?
and that's just what happened. Taylor was just hitting the big shots every time they needed one. Like anytime LSU would go on a run, Caitlin Clark would just come down and hit a big three, and it was just like, oh, you thought it was a 5-point lead. Now
it's not like it was corner threes. It was like fade.
Yes.
Fade. I was like, come on, like
then one time,
somebody stop her. Like,
one time Angel tried to check her on one of those, but she knew she couldn't jump because, like Joe said in the comments, she hurt her ankle. And she couldn't really jump. She put the hand up. She's tall enough to put the hand up. Caitlin hit it and was like, "That's what I'm talking about."
Mm-hmm.
So,
look, and that was a step back too. I think she stepped back. Boo boo.
She had to, because that's the only way you could create the separation in that moment. But this game was very entertaining. It's been talks around just media and just in living rooms. Like when I was hanging out with my family last week, we was more so talking about the NCAA women's tournament than we was talking about the men's while watching the men's play, which is crazy. The question came up: do you think Caitlin could beat Steph in a 3-point contest? I say, all right, calm down. Let's calm it down a little bit. It'll be entertaining, but y'all know what time it is when Steph get on. He like, bro, ain't no.
When he get challenged, he like, all right, I'm gonna show you why I'm the best shooter of all time.
And you gotta think about it like this: in a 3-point contest, he ain't gotta run around. He just gotta just run to the next shoot, In the game, he gotta go through screens, baseline cut, all that, and still hitting threes. Caitlin was really showing us that yesterday. I want to say one more thing to like LSU: don't hold your heads down. I mean, y'all got them last week. Y'all got them last year. And this is just what happens when it's a revenge game. Also, I think if Angel Reese didn't get hurt her ankle as bad as it was, because they said she came into the game with the ankle injury. So I think if it didn't get re-injured off of that, I think they were just going up for a ball. It was just a freakish play.
Yeah, they bumped knees and then she landed badly.
Yeah, and I think if that made a little bit of a difference in her play. But as teammates, if you see your star player like wounded, you gotta step it up. And that probably is why she was taking those bad shots in the paint, because I know exactly what you're talking about. There was a few times she got a rebound and she could have passed it back out to a wide open person, and she just threw the ball back up. And it was like, all right, now you pressing. You don't got to press in this moment. But
yeah,
for me, I'm just ready for that Final Four, though.
Yeah, I'm ready for the Final Four, too. I think that's going to be it. I really want to see that matchup with Caitlin Clark and Paige. I want to know if Paige going to take on that challenge like she took last night.
I think she is. She gonna have to. You see what happens. You leave her out there, she might get 50.
Facts.
You better.
Facts. She just might.
You better accept that challenge. And also, I know a lot of people gonna kill her today, and I mean, it comes with the trash talk. You seen the post game?
Yeah, I did. We commented. We actually talked about it on the college basketball chat last night, and I had two different perspectives from it. So I understand what people say, that she could be using that to pity. But y'all got to remember, she was asked a question. She was asked a question about what's it been like positively and negatively throughout the past year. So she had to answer both. She answered the positive first, and then she answered the negative. Because there are times when you are winning where a lot of the negatives are hitting. Like you won't see it, and you're gonna hide it. The only way you see it is when you're by yourself. So that's something that people got to take seriously. Now, I'm not saying that she deserves pity because, hey, at the end of the day, you took an L. A loss is a loss, but I understand that anybody getting death threats or anything like that, you have to take that seriously. I don't think she's going to come out of nowhere and she's getting death threats. Now, there's some other thing that she said throughout that I'm like, all right, I mean, you're doing as well. So I can get it from a certain standpoint, but also
welcome to the new era of the internet. And I mean, on a bad ankle, she still got you 20 boards, 17 points. Like, she still was finding a way to make things happen.
exactly.
I think now, I don't know if she's going to enter the draft or not, or she comes back for another year at LSU, but she needs to watch this game and really learn from it. Maybe learn a little bit more with the post moves to help her out a little bit more to get out of some of those plays, because she's good at passing out of the post. But I think it's when those big moments come in and you like, I'm the star player, I have to make the play. It's like, not all the time. I mean, not make the play, I have to score. Because when you're the big time player, you can make the play. People kill LeBron about it all the time. But hey, if you wide open on a 3 and I pass it to JJ Redick, I'm banking on him to make it. Mike Ray Allen, like Ray Allen did it. My bad. Oh no, that was Miami. You right. Yeah, Miami did it.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Spurs. My bad. I'm sorry, man. You know, the Texas moment. But yeah, if I pass it to you, I hope you make it. She got a lot to learn from, man. While she learning from that, we gonna teach y'all about the shows on our network.
That we are. So we have some shows on the network. Shout out to the shows that went live yesterday. BWT, RBO, and CTC all went live yesterday. Of course, we did as well in the morning. We had a morning show that lasted about 25, 30 minutes.
Super short show.
Yeah. But shout out to Carl, who runs CTC. He had a show last night recapping the men's basketball tournament. So definitely make sure you tune into that. Then RBO, Real Ballers Only with Vaughn. He talked about the weird take that Tony Kukoc had about Nikola Jokic, basically saying that Nikola Jokic is not as good as Vlade Divac and some other guy. But yeah, Tony Kukoc was, he was on something. Whatever he was on, I don't want.
96 Bulls, man. Something about that Bulls team, man. Jordan messed them players up, bro. They don't want to get nobody credit.
Nobody. If it ain't Jordan, they ain't getting credit. Then you got BWT. My guy Teddy. Had to talk about his Yankees sweeping the Astros, of course. And then during the show last night, a miraculous thing happened, that the Astros were so pissed off about getting swept that they pitched a no-hitter against the Blue Jays. So it was great. It was great. So I know Teddy was excited to see about that. But tune into BWT Baseball with Teddy. He talks about all baseball content. As I said before, he had a great interview with Xavier Scruggs. So make sure you tune into that. Then you got In the Red Corner. This is the hottest boxing show out there, period. Not just on the R2L network, but period. Because you got 3 guys that talk about boxing from 3 different perspectives. And they don't always agree. So it's always good to watch a debate with Tony, Fast Camp Ty, and Ricky. And I'm letting you know that they got more great content coming soon. I'm almost certain they're gonna talk about Rolly. Because I will tomorrow.
They have to.
Tomorrow I will. For sure.
I want an exhibition. They got to talk about that.
Exactly. Then you got King's Talk with Joe. Where he talked about the Sacramento Kings, whether it's something happening amongst the team or the staff or anything like that, or pre-game and post-game. So, whatever you want to know about, if you're a Kings fan or if you're a basketball fan and your team is just happy to be playing the Kings that night, watch Kings Talk. Trust me, he knows what he's talking about. Then you got my show, Dave's Doghouse, where if you do something great, you'll get a lot of praise. But if you do something bad or have a bad take, you will be put in the doghouse. This is going to be the show that anybody involved in sports is gonna be like, all right, I want to make sure I have a good take today. You know, I want to make sure I play well. Because if I don't, Dave's gonna put me in the doghouse.
Man.
So just letting you know. But if you do something great, you know, like just tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Just make sure you tune in. I'll make sure that tomorrow 8 p.m. Sorry, tomorrow 8 p.m. I got to make sure I got the right time on my head.
On Central Standard Time.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you tune into Dave's Doghouse, and then FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. The reason why I left Coach Coombs last is because he is the most energetic out of every show. He's the most animated. Like, he comes with energy every single episode. So if you want to watch some football content along with fantasy football content, you want to know what players you should draft or who you should stay away from, tune into FFC, and you're gonna get some laughter out of that. Trust me, because Coach always comes with great energy. And those are the shows on the R2 Network.
You see, Teddy said he got somebody for the doghouse.
Oh yeah, DM me. Let me know.
There you go. And it's funny, man. You know, you see, bro show up,
big bro.
And then you show up right around the time we're talking about UConn. You see that? Yeah, the Huskies is rolling. Oh man, Juju, you tried.
Juju, do you love me?
I guess they needed my girl Monica, man, to show up, man. UFC legend. If you don't know, go check it out. Most people say it's not a love story, but some people, that's another debate for another day. So we got UConn's page. She helped her team to find a spot in the Final Four. She said the men can do it, we can do it too. 80-73 victory over USC. Ah man, oh man. This game here, another one. It was like back to back. I don't even know what type of Monday it was. It was like no Monday night football, but we had Monday night basketball, and these ladies lived up to the expectation of everything that we thought this was gonna be. I don't know, man. Anybody said the bar so high with the Elite Eight that the Final Four may just be like, because the way South Carolina just be, they either gonna blow you out or they're gonna make it a close game, and then they're gonna be like, nah, we got this. With UConn, they like, look, we're gonna accept the challenge and we're gonna show up, and that's exactly what happened last night. Juju, I think she broke the record, right? She broke the record for the freshman. How many points was it?
920. That's what she ended up with.
So she got an accolade.
No, that's for the year. I'm sorry. I think the record is like one something. Actually,
didn't Caitlin break a record too?
Yeah,
for 3-pointers.
Yeah, she had the most 3-pointers in a Elite Eight game.
Okay. So we had to get that out there too, just to let y'all know we know what we're talking about just a little bit. But UConn's Paige, she outperformed Juju in this game. She stepped up to the challenge. She said, "Look, man, I know you've been ball. You got it."
She had 111 points.
Boom. There we go.
In the tournament, that's the most for a freshman. The second most for a freshman, actually, not the most.
Fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
Fresh out of high school. See what I'm saying? The game has changed. But the defense.
No, it was. Oh, so Tony, you were actually wrong. It was 110. Tamika Catchings has 111. She had that. Tamika Catchings.
Oh, that's the record.
The record is 111, but Juju put up 110, so she was a point away.
Okay. So, okay. I mean, well, she was almost there.
Yeah, I mean, she put up 29 points last night, so she balled out.
Put up 29. She did her thing. Forbes showed up, but it was a defensive matchup because I told you, like I said, I tuned back in towards the second half of this game, and it was back and forth. Every time it looked like UConn wanted to pull away, USC made a run, and then they got right back in it. But at the end of the day, you need big plays from your big players. I would say Juju did make some of those plays, but it just wasn't enough. See, it just wasn't enough.
Almost doesn't count.
Yeah, me and Tony was on the same page. And then boom, UConn said, all right, we're going to go ahead and cut down the net, and then we're going to move on and move forward. But USC will be a team to look out for going forward. Because
hey, that's facts. Juju, man, she different. She didn't really shoot particularly well last night, but she still put up 29 points. And her handles are crazy for who she is. and her size. Like it's crazy what she's able to do. They say her game is like Paul George-esque, or like you said, I think you said John Wall with a jumper, with a jump
Yeah,
shot.
yeah.
It's definitely close because she's very, very athletic. She just needs to learn to go to her left a little bit more. I had a conversation with my brother last night, and we were talking about this. And I went and looked at it, and he was absolutely right. They were forcing her to go to her left a lot, and she needs to. They made it extremely hard for her to be able to just have a one-on-one when it was half court session when it was the half court sets. They made it extremely hard for her to be able to do anything that she wanted to do. Whenever she drove, bodies came. Like they didn't allow her to do much of anything. They forced her to pass the ball a lot. And I guess that's why one of her teammates shot the ball entirely too much for me. Because she was.
Are you talking about Forbes?
Yeah, she was just jacking up shots. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you got Juju on the other side. And there was one time when Juju was open on the three by herself. And she just pulled up brick. I'm like, what is going on? Like, pass her the ball. Like, I get it. I get they making it tough for her, but she is kind of sort of what helped y'all. She's kind of the best player on your team. Like, give the best player on your team the ball. And Forbes put a 24. I get that, but she shot 15 threes last night.
She went down swinging.
She shot 15. Juju only shot 6. You almost shot 10 more threes than the best player on your team. And Juju still had 29 and 10. She still had a double-double, but I don't know, man. And then Forbes shot 8 of 22 from the field. I mean, like I said, Juju shot 9 of 25, so she didn't shoot well. But they defended her so well. Gino is he's the best women's college basketball coach of all time. I think that's clear.
We all know
he's it, bro. I'm sorry. Who has more championships than Gino in women's college basketball?
You're right. You're right. I'm trying to give my girl a little leeway, but you're right.
Nah, I know. Look,
talking championships. You're right.
You saw how I talked about Dawn Staley.
Yeah,
she amazing. I think she deserves to be in the conversation. But Gino is clear cut the best women's college basketball coach of all time. He's been to too many championship games, and he
owned the sport for like longer than a decade.
He was kind of sort of forgotten about like the last couple of years. Like it hasn't been like
just because of talent
dominating.
Yeah.
But it's just
he has more. Hold on.
Yeah, he does. He has more coaches. He has more championships than any college coach. Right. So you could say he's the best college coach of all time, honestly. But you know,
the NCAA, the women's tournament was basically like what Shannon Sharp say, the Alabama Invitational. It used to be the UConn Invitational.
Exactly, that's exactly what it was. It was the UConn Invitational, and now it's just like UConn is getting back to that because they're. I think Gino is one of those coaches that adjusted to the NIL. Like this is something that you need to do if you want to win. You got to be able to adjust to the times, and he has done that. He has 11 championships, 11, and he has an opportunity to get 12 because they go up against Iowa in the Final Four, and Paige is not only going to score, she's going to defend the best player because she did that with Juju last night.
They're not playing, and they're not going to go underneath on screens.
Exactly, and then the big girl down low, Edwards, she wasn't letting nobody get nothing. She wasn't letting nobody get nothing. She and then she was cooking whoever was put on her. She made sure she got a bucket on her. This team impressed me defensively. That's what impressed me about UConn. They impressed me defensively because now it seems like it just has to be a UConn thing because the UConn men and women just dominated defensively in the Elite Eight. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Shout out to UConn. I wish I wasn't saying this, but shout out to
The men's won last year, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's probably why the ladies was like, "Oh, word, y'all think y'all got this? Watch what we do." Now, when they get to this Final Four and they go up against Iowa, we gonna see how Caitlin does because, like you said, the defense is there. Like they're like, we're gonna take away your best player, and this is you got to make something else shake, right?
Look at him rubbing it in, rubbing it
Now,
in.
what would be interesting is the conversation that we just had. Gina, I can't even argue with you. Like 11 championships. If you think about the women's tournament, the first thing you used to think about was UConn. Now, if they go up against South Carolina, it would be great to see those two coaches go at it.
I'm hoping that's what happens. Honestly, that's what I want to see. That I want to see that.
Yeah,
I want to see that matchup. I wouldn't be mad if Iowa gets there though, but I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see that matchup, Don Staley versus Gino. I want to see that in the championship game. That would be a great game to watch.
let's say on the 5th. They play on the 5th at 9 p.m. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
So,
I'll be tuned in for sure.
nah, I think we all will be because it's gonna be electric. Like who's in the Final Four for the men's? Didn't like Purdue make it?
Purdue made it. It's Purdue, UConn, NC State, and dang, why am I stuck on the last team?
You see,
Alabama.
You see. But if I'd asked you about that Final Four for the women's bracket, you'd have said like that.
Oh, I got them all. Yeah, NC State, Iowa, UConn, and South Carolina.
Hey, WNBA, this is your moment. Remember, the conversation was always like, how come we can't get nobody to watch women's sports? This is the moment. You got to run with it because everybody's tuned in now. Everybody's locked in on these lady players. You got to take the moment, take the mantle while you got it. Because right now the NBA is it's a little shaky. It's a little shaky. Kind of like this relationship we're gonna talk about right after we talk about these IG chats that we got.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So these IG chats we have, basically you get all breaking news here and on these IG chats. This is IG stands for Instagram for those who don't know. So if you are not on Instagram, you will not get this information. So in these chats, we give all breaking news. Like I said, whether it's a legal situation, it could be a baby shower, could be a wedding, could be a birthday. But seriously, we give everything like during the NBA draft and NFL draft, we were live, or I don't think we were live during the NBA draft, but we posted all the news live as soon as it happened. But we did have a live NFL draft show, and if you go back, well, not if you go back, but you can see if you were there, you notice that not just me, but Carl as well were hosting the show and putting out who was getting drafted before they announced it on the TV. So that lets you know that we have really good sources and we're putting out as accurate information as we can. And these IG chats are almost all the major sports. There are a few that we don't cover because it's just not, I guess it's not appealing just yet. But we have added some chats now. So we have the NFL and NBA chat. NBA is mixed in with the WNBA. You have the baseball chat, of course. We have college basketball and college football. Then we have boxing. And we have 3 new chats to talk about as well. We have soccer, or if you say football. We have hockey, and we have UFC. Okay. So if you want to get to any of these chats, you're able to get in some for free. But there are 3 actually that you cannot get in for free. You have the NBA, NFL, and the R2L VIP chat that you cannot get in for free. So the chats that have open spots are hockey, soccer, UFC, college football, college basketball, boxing, and baseball. So there are 24 spots in hockey, 23 spots in soccer, 24 in UFC, 12 in college football, 11 in college basketball, 9 in boxing, and 15 in baseball. So if you want to get into those chats, you don't have a lot of time. but it's free for the moment. If you want to get into the NFL and the NBA chat, you have to at least be a pro member. If you want to get into all of these chats and the VIP chat, you got to be a superstar member. We'll talk about the memberships after we talk about the next thing. But those are the IG chats. That's what you have to do to get in. If you want to get in, just in the comment section, click member.
Yep.
And you let us know what your IG is, and we'll add you there.
There you go. Just add the comment right now. If you on Twitter, you can just retweet the page and say member, and we'll add you that way too. I mean, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
They're going through a name change right now. We'll figure it out one day.
Just like the Commanders.
You know what I'm saying? We never know. They may go back to their old ways, or they may be the Hogs. We don't know with this team.
Exactly.
They just
don't know.
The fans just want them to win. They just want to win. That's all. They just want you to win. Oh,
just win, baby.
And that's what this one boxing trainer was saying from the corner as he watched his fighter go down in defeat. I just want you to win, Spence. Like, come on, man. And then he turned around and said the same thing about Charlo. I just want you to win, man. Like, Frank Martin stole one, but and now he got Garcia out here. We're not even gonna go to Garcia route. But look, Derrick James. I've been telling you guys this for a while now. If you tuned into R2L the way you should be tuned into R2L, you should already know where I'm gonna go with this. I mean, technically, I could make this an impromptu "you done, son," but I'm gonna save it to after the Garcia fight because I've been waiting to see what Garcia gonna do to add this guy to the "you done, son." I think I added. I don't know. He in the doghouse. There's so much going on with this guy.
He definitely was in the doghouse for sure.
But the report came out that Derrick James and Errol Spence may be parting ways. I mean, some would say it's long overdue. Some would say it's not long overdue. It's just one fight, and they just need to rekindle some things, regroup, find their way. But the report's out there now, so we really got to talk about it. And who better to start this off than me? I'll start this one off.
There you go.
So you got Trainer of the Year. You can't take that away from Derrick James. Like, to win Trainer of the Year, that means you were doing the right thing. You have 2 undisputed boxers under your belt. You got both the people I just named, Charlo and Spence. They both were undisputed. However, to be Trainer of the Year, you have to continue at something. At some point, you're going to come across another trainer who's like, hey, all that stuff you've been doing with them 2 fighters, man, I'm better. And I got a better camp. He came on the network and did an interview with in the red corner.
Facts.
They were just on a world tour. Like,
shout out to Bomac.
There we go. When Terrence Crawford said, hey man, y'all know one thing about me, man, I'm gonna get active. And they got active. Definitely did. If you go back and watch that Spence fight again, if you really want to go back and watch it, if you're a boxing fan, you'll go back and be like, why were you not listening to your trainer at times when he told you to move? Boom. Also, why are you treating all of your fighters the same way that you fight? Sometimes as a coach or any instructor, you have to sometimes alter the way you train or teach to match the person that you have in front of you. I was watching an interview one time with Ray Allen, and he was somebody asked him, like, how do you coach your kids on shooting? Because everybody wants to shoot like you. You Ray Allen, you got one of the best shots out there. He was like, first thing I do is tell them to go play the game. Like, go play the game first, then let's work on your technique. Because the one thing I don't want to do is show you something that your body's not comfortable doing. If I show you how to shoot like me, but you don't have your body doesn't react the way mine does to a shot, then it's not going to work. Derrick James, you need to look at some of your fighters and say, hey, you need to teach some defense. Because the all-out brawl style doesn't work. Hey, pick your hand up when you throw in the jab sometimes. You got to be ready for a counter punch because you're not going to be able to bully everybody in the ring. That's a little bit what happened there. If you're going up against a fighter who can be ambidextrous and box 2 ways, be prepared for that. If you're really getting beat up the way you was getting beat up and the boxer didn't ever have to change his stance, something needs to change, right? How about your training style? Look what's going on with Garcia's right now. Garcia it shined a little light on what goes on in some of these training sessions because the fact that he can go on this all-out rant and talk about how he went to the tall trees and everything like that, are you focused on the fight? Like, are you able to reel your boxer in? Go back, and I'm gonna go back to the Spence situation again, where they were doing the press conference. You over there calling Bomac all type of names and stuff instead of actually talking about the fight, while Bomac was like, "Yeah, you got two undisputeds, but I'm gonna show you what a real undisputed fighter look like. Your two undisputed fighters don't look like that fighter." And any fighter that's under that camp, Keyshawn Johnson, there's a few other people that fight under the Bomac training class, and they just always look prepared for the fight. Most of your fighters look prepared walking to the ring, but when they get into the ring, it's that. But I don't want to go into too much about the dispute or why the breakup is happening. Some people say it's financial. Some people say it's a difference in directions. I mean, you should, if you lose like that and y'all sit down and y'all still not seeing eye to eye, I think you should part ways. At the end of the day, Derrick James is a good trainer. He was good enough to win Trainer of the Year. But at this point, I think he needs to sit down and have a conversation with himself. Not just his fighters, with his actual self. Because it's a repeat offense. We've seen the same thing happen in the last 2 fights. Now we got one more coming up. If I see the same thing again, I'm not going to keep putting it all on the boxers. Because they do need to go out there and box. But as a trainer, you need to be able to get through to them. And it's not, the message ain't landing like some of them jabs.
That's facts. That's facts. I'm surprised you didn't mention that he also trained Deontay Wilder, and we know how that ended up for him too.
And Joshua.
But Joshua is actually the only one that's winning at this moment.
That's after he left.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's true. Because he knocked out Francis Ngannou. Ooh, that was a knockout. But man, I really don't even know what else I need to say to comment on that. But I'll say this though, Spence. I think Spence is tripping right now too, not because of this breakup, but because he thinks that he can jump the line and fight the champ, even though he didn't fight Crawford in the rematch. Like, you're not the mandatory for the next fight. Like, Crawford is the mandatory for that fight. Like, are you okay, Spence? You good? You get enough sleep at night? Like, you straight?
It's a Dallas thing, man.
Yeah, I think he's definitely drinking that Delulu juice. He just gotta relax, man. But I do want to see Spence back in the ring though. I do want to see him fight again, get him another chance to see if actually he's gonna switch up what he does. And given the right trainer, he could actually improve. Who knows what's gonna happen, because we all know he has an A game, but he doesn't have a B game. So he has to be able to switch it up when he needs to. And that's another thing about Derrick James that you mentioned as well. But also when he's training, I don't see him moving around. I don't see him moving his boxes around that much to make it simulate as what happens in the ring. It's more so they standing still and he's just throwing the gloves at them. Like, that's not going to happen all the time. Like, these boxers have feet. These boxers have feet. They're going to move around. They're not stationary all the time. So that's another thing that I noticed about Derrick James. But I mean, you would know a little bit more than I do. So I'm just really just commenting for what I've seen. So I definitely want to see what happens in this Garcia fight, because he don't look focused at all.
No,
at all. He's been drunk. He's been high. I don't know what's been going on with Ryan Garcia. And I'm not going to talk about the stuff that he said that he saw, because that's a different conversation for something else. Because we all see what's going on in the celebrity world. So not going to.
Yeah, he's trying to open up a different can of worms.
Yeah. We're not going to discuss that. But Garcia he got to stay focused, man. He got to win this fight. He got to win this fight, because Devin Haney is not scared to fight anybody right now. He's telling people that he's willing to fight Matias. So if he willing to fight Matias, I think he want to give everybody a chance, and I respect it about Devin Haney. I really do.
You got to give him that. I think after coming off of that questionable fight with I'm talking about Haney. Who was it? I can't think of his name right now. But coming off, there we go. Coming off of that fight, he bounced back. He showed everybody that I could be the aggressor. He got a little bit more sharper. Like he went back and tuned his game up, and now he's like, all right, don't nobody want to fight, then I'm gonna bring the fight to him. And that's what Ryan Garcia is now understanding about Haney right now. It's like he's more focused, and you out here playing around. But that goes back to what I was saying about the Derrick James situation. Can you actually get through to your fighters and be like, all right, it's time to reel this in? And I think Spence a little bit wasn't prepared for that fight either, because if you go back and watch the Showtime, it seemed like he was doing all the right things, but he was also training Michael Parsons. Like Michael Parsons was coming there while he was training. Like that's not a distraction, but it's also can be just a tad bit of a distraction, like, because of who you're going up against. This ain't a tune-up fight. You can do stuff like that when you got a tune-up fight, but when you're going up against a guy who's been waiting years to get in that ring with you, and some people say you was running from him or he was running from you, and this is the biggest fight of your career, there's a different type of locked in that you need to be. And also, you being a bully in the ring is not going to work. Like you said, they don't move around when you see some of their training videos. That's because Derrick James is teaching them to be the aggressor at all times. They're not used to coming back on or somebody chasing them. The only person I seen moving around in the ring was Charlo. And that wasn't because he was winning. He was trying to dodge something.
He was running.
Yeah. So, Derrick, I mean, we're going to see what this. I'm going to give you one more fight. That'll be 3 in a row. But I don't know, man. I don't know. This split may be good for both of y'all.
It's not even that Ryan Garcia has to win. He can't lose badly.
Yeah.
If he loses badly, then it's just like, all right.
Yeah. Like even with Charlo fight, I was like, he was telling Charlo the right things. He just wasn't listening. And if your fighter's not going to listen to you, that says a lot about you.
Yeah. And then Garcia's last fight wasn't really all that good. He won.
That ugly.
What was that? What was that?
Terrible, man.
You just look. If you not Floyd and you ain't perfected, don't do it. Don't do the Philly. Don't do the Philly roll. Don't do it. It's not for you.
No.
Just don't try it.
No.
You can be a fan of Mayweather all you want. Don't do it. He perfected it. Just stop.
Stop. Like you said, if you're gonna do it, go in and perfect it. Don't just go out there and just do anything, because that was nasty.
He was about to get knocked out. He lucky he switched that up.
He should have. It's sometimes when you see a bad technique, you like, bro, just please, just hit him so he can stop doing this. But
I tell you what, if it was Cruz would have knocked him out.
He should have did it against Rolly. Him and Rolly should have fought.
That's what it should have been. It should have been Rolly, and I think it should have been Cruz against Haney. I think that would have been a better matchup.
Yeah. See, in boxing, get on that, man. Get on that. Well, we're gonna see now because Cruz and showed y'all, like, stop playing with me. Stop putting me in the ring with just anybody. All right.
Exactly. I think he fought Tank already, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Tank don't want that fight again.
I think he chasing Tank. I ain't gonna say too much, Tank my boy, but I think he chasing him after this Rolly fight. He probably like, all right, bro, I need my rematch.
And as far as I know, Tank is like, nah.
I mean, Tank got Frank. So
he do. That's gonna be a nice.
Goodness, that's another bad one. Hey, dang, Derek, you can't catch a break, bro. Oh man, you can't catch a break. Hey, in the red corner, man. Come on, y'all.
Yep. Come on, y'all. Come on. Look, I'll definitely tune in for sure.
Oh my goodness, but yeah,
I'll come on the show. I'll come on the show. I'm out of me.
You and me both. Oh, I want to say one more thing about Spence before we end in closing. Spence, this may be good for you to find a new trainer who's actually probably, because again, y'all probably did have that relationship where you could just be the superstar and he was like, all right, whatever you say, but this is what I think you should do. Sometimes you need somebody that's going to be like, not a yes man. I'm not going to call Derrick James a yes man, but you don't need that right now with coming off the fight that you had. You need somebody that's going to challenge you, take you to the brink to bring you back. It may sound cliche, but it's just like Creed or Rocky, where you need that one trainer that's like, all right, bro, it's time to lock in. So I don't think you want to fight Crawford right now, but you need to get him back. That's all I'm gonna say. You need to get him back.
We gotta get him back.
Yeah,
we gotta get him back.
You got to. At some point, I don't know when you're gonna do it, but you better do it before you retire, because he got about 2 more fights, and I think he's just gonna walk away at the way the sport of boxing be acting with their politics.
That's fast. That's fast. Let's talk about these memberships.
There we go. Because if you want to politic some more outside of the show, you could join. Click the link below. Become a member today. We got our 3 levels. We got our pro level, all-star level, and superstar level. Pro level for $2.99 a month. You get loyalty badges next to your name in the comments. You get the priority comments, and you get to join one of the exclusive chats. For now, that's NFL or NBA. You get to join one. All-star level, you get the same perks from the pro level, but for $4.99, you get the member-only videos. That's what we do, the explicit content. That's the real barbershop talk. You never know what's gonna go down on one of those episodes. You also get to join multiple chats, so you get to join both the NBA and NFL. Those are the premier chats right now. And you get to request a topic or segment nominee. Topics are "You're Done, Son," Not So Average Top 5. And you get to request somebody to be in the doghouse or in the dog yard. But that's a whole episode. So look at that. You get to bring somebody up, and they can go into more detail or why they in a doghouse, or more detail or why they in the front yard, holding the house down. Topics, all sports related. Just let us know and we'll talk about it. Superstar level for $9.99, you get the same perks from the all-star and the pro level, but you get to join all 3 of the premier chats. You get to join the R2L chat. That's the only chat that's on both Instagram and X. Both Instagram and X. I'm letting y'all know. So if you're a superstar, there is a chat on X, R2L. You can join it. Mainly most of the same members from the Instagram chat. And also you get to join the parlay chat. We won't tell y'all too much about the parlay chat because you need to be a superstar member to join that parlay chat. Get some money with us. Spend some money and get some money back. It's like taxes. Get your refund. But anyway, you get to be a guest on the show. You get awards and plaques to the top performers. That's based upon the episode that you do. So we let the numbers speak for themselves. You can go back on the page and see that we give out actual award plaques, and we play a little clip. I ain't gonna tell you the clip because you need to go watch the YouTube episode, but you get a little clip of why you won that award, and you get member shout outs. So I'm gonna say shout out to all our members. Of course, like I said, we have the big 3. You know who the big 3 is. And it's not just me. It's Dave and Joe as well.
That's a good way to recover from what you said yesterday.
Yeah, I had to think about it. And you got Worm, Teddy, Coach, Vaughn, and Cardo. These are all our superstar members. They keep the network up. They keep this thing going. And shout out to you for when you click that link and you become a superstar member. Now, we got one more topic before we close this thing on out. And it's going to be very, very interesting because we ain't in the West. And you see my teams. One of them make the playoffs, but they can't get past the second round, first or second round. Then I got another. The Wizards can't do it either. Both my teams. But for these West teams, it's the play-in. We got to pick 4 teams in the West that you think, Dave, are going to make the play-in. Take it away.
All right. So the play-in right now is Phoenix, Sacramento, the Lakers, and Golden State. With Houston 2 games back of Golden State. Now, Phoenix is a game back from New Orleans. Dallas is now out of the play-in as the 5th seed. OKC, Denver, and Minnesota have already clinched the playoff spot. As much as I want to say that Houston is going to make the play-in tournament, I think they miss it. As much as I want to say it, because they are a hot team, and I was high on them in the offseason, pretty much because of their coaching and how they got everything together with Van Fleet. And even though Sengun is out, but with Alfred Sengun and Dylan Brooks, I thought that this team could make some noise. And they have. They started to make noise in March. But with them being 2 games back of the Warriors, I think with 8 games left on the season, I got the Warriors. I got all the teams that's there. I got them making it. I don't think it changes at all. I do think that Sacramento may move up. They may move up, but then again, I don't know because they got 2 major injuries that just happened. You got Malik Monk out until the Western Conference Finals if they get there, and then you got Herder out for the rest of the season.
Mm.
So you got two major injuries back to back. I don't think that they really do much of what I don't expect them to repeat what happened last year, because last year they were the third seed and they took the Warriors to Game 7. I think depending on who they play, it may be gone. It may be over in 5, just because of the injuries. I think the injuries are a major part, and it's going to be too much on Fox's hands when it comes to scoring and stuff like that. And I don't, even though he's capable, Come on, Tony.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah. Come on, Tony. My goodness. You got to say pause. You can't say that. Say
no
pause.
Diddy. No Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy. That's the other one. You do that. You do that. That just made me lose a train of thought.
You're talking about the Kings and how they may lose in 5 because of the injuries.
I think it's just too much for them to deal with at this moment. It's so late in the season to have two major injuries right now. It's like, dang. It's like what I don't see them being able to do too much. And Phoenix right now, even though they are, I think what can happen is I think Phoenix can get out of the play-in and force the Pelicans to be in the play-in. I think that's the only thing that may change. I think Dallas is going to stay where they are, but the Pelicans, like I said, they're only a game above the Phoenix right now. So I definitely think that the only switch may be Phoenix moving up. I think that's the only thing that may be the switch, but I don't see anything else changing. I think the Lakers, Warriors, and Kings stay in the play-in tournament. The only thing that may change is the Suns and the Pelicans, but that's about it.
I'm with you on that one because I think last night Book went for like 50 something, and they played the Pelicans. So
Yeah, I think he put up 57 or 58 or something like that. He's averaging 54 points against the Pelicans.
So with that being said, they have one more game against the Pelicans, so that may be the make or break moment. But right now, looking at the Suns, they have Cleveland, Minnesota, Pelicans, Clippers twice, Kings, and then the Timberwolves. So with that, I mean, Houston had a chance. They were going on a good run. I think last night that loss probably hurt them because now you see Draymond and Steph, they probably had a little powwow and they're like, all right, it's time to get in the playoffs. It's time to lock in.
Yeah. And the Rockets got to play the Timberwolves, the Warriors. They got to play Miami, the Mavericks, the Magic, the Jazz, Trailblazers, and the Clippers. Two of those games, I see them easily beating the Trailblazers. Trailblazers is not good at all. But everything else can be tough for them.
Yeah.
Especially because they're underdogs against Minnesota tonight at 8:00. So it's just
I think that game right there would lock the picks in because right now I see it staying the same. I'm with you. I see the Warriors, Lakers, Kings, and Suns. I know I crack on the Lakers saying that they're not gonna make the playoffs, but I think they will probably sneak into the playoffs. It's gonna be a tough road once they do get in that play-in. They do need LeBron and AD and all of that, but the Kings is the ones that hurt, that those injuries hurt them the most because their team chemistry is built upon those two. Like Malik Monk off the bench gives them that spark, and now they have to find that spark again. So, and with the Suns, I think next year they'll be a better team. And they did get Bradley Beal in the offseason. The chemistry should have been there going into this season, but I think with all the growing pains and them not actually having an actual bench around them because they had to give up so much just to go get Beal and put this big three together, I think the Suns will play better next year. They have their ups and downs right now, but that's more so if Book's gonna go off or if KD gonna go off and Beal just finding his way in between those three. In between those two.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they steal that 6 seed. I think they do steal that 6 seed. I think it's then I need to switch it. I think it's gonna be Pelicans, Kings, Lakers, Warriors as play-in teams. I think the Suns steal that 6 seed.
Yeah, that's the only That's the only team I realistically see making that jump up because they said they're only a game back. Even though I think the Kings are only like a game and a half back or 2 games back, but still, I just don't. I think those injuries hurt them. Those
Yeah.
injuries hurt them big time, big time, big time. And the only thing about the Suns too is that KD at moments defers a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Now I know D Book has the capabilities, and we see him get to the finals and stuff like that. But KD, you're the 2-time Finals MVP. You've been to the finals 4 times in your career. You know what it takes. You know what it takes. Just you don't have to be a vocal leader. Go hoop.
Kawhi
That's
do
what
it
you
all
want
the
to
time.
do. You want to hoop? Go hoop. Go hoop. Take over the game, KD. That's what makes the Suns so dangerous because they have 3 guys that can take over any game.
That is
You
true.
got Bradley Beal that can take over. Only thing is he's the newest guy on the team, so he still has to get acclimated a little bit. He hasn't played but so many games with the Suns. Booker, he's been here his whole career, so he knows exactly what he needs to do. And KD is the one guy that you can plug in any environment and he can adjust. You can put him in any team and he's going to play well. Doesn't matter where it is.
That's crazy. Because it's the same. I mean, and that's the one thing they've been saying about KD his whole career is that I just need you to take over. Outside of that finals game against Cleveland when he first got with Golden State, because he was like, nah, I'm tired of LeBron. And he took over for those games. But there have been moments throughout his career where it's just like, why don't you take over the game? Like, just do it. It's easy for you. Easy. What is it? Easy money sniper?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Just ball out, man. Me and Joe had this conversation in the R2L chat. So I just brought up what?
You got a point, but I'm just saying. Fragile body Bill.
Leave it to my brother. Leave it to my brother to have some.
And I was trying to be nice. Hey, shout out to Tony because I was being nice. Because I could have said a lot about Bill, but I was being nice.
Yeah, Tony ain't gonna be nice. Just know that. But yeah, it's definitely it's exciting to see. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen with this playing tournament. I'm more so focused on my team in the playing tournament because we number 7 right now in the East. Yeah. So I want to see what happens with us because we got a tough game today. We play the Knicks tonight, so
also
I'll be tuned in.
And also just looking back at the West standings, it's literally outside of Golden State being 2 games back of I would say it's 1 game back of everybody's like 1 game back.
Yeah.
I mean, I see Dallas staying at 5 because of the way they playing, but they take 2 nights off and another team going to take 2 nights on. All this gonna reshift and we're gonna be back in next week asking who will be the different 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, y'all let us know, man. And out here, Tony out here calling Bill 1 ply. That's crazy. That's crazy. We gotta get up out of here, man, before you say something else, man.
Yeah, Tony liable to say something, man.
Woo.
Last words from me. I had something I wanted to discuss, but I forgot about it that fast. Shout out to the Big East and ACC for having 2 teams in the Final Four, and both men's and women's. So, shout out to y'all.
I see it being a tough game for the Heat.
Yes, Tony. It's a tough game, whether you call it balance or not. It's tough because we still don't have Tyler Hero. And I think Kevin Love is also still hurt. Jimmy Butler's been in and out of the lineup, so has Duncan Robinson. And then you got, I think OG Anunoby is still playing right now. You got OG, Jalen Brunson, who's been hot, and Josh Hart.
OG hurt. Is he out again?
I thought he was.
Yeah, I think he out again. He on my fantasy basketball team. I'll let you know.
Okay, but you still got those two guys.
Yeah, he out. He out tonight.
And then you got Julius Randle who's still out. So I say it's tough because it's evenly matched.
Yeah.
And we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if Bam going to hit a couple threes or Terry going to put up 20, or they just, because we liable to blow out somebody like the Blazers by 60, and then liable to have a close win against the Wizards. So we so doesn't matter. Tony, now you just making jokes.
Yeah. Told you we gotta get out of here. You about to start something. You done started something. But those were your last words, just the shout outs.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. And then tune into Dave's Doghouse tomorrow night at 8 p.m.
Say guest appearances. But shout out to all the shows on the network, man. The momentum has picked up a lot now with we got college, the tournament. We kind of knew that was gonna happen also with opening day around the world in baseball. So Teddy's having a field day right now. Shout out to the Tigers for knowing how to win. Shout out to the Nationals for almost getting me into a bet that Carl didn't accept. So there's no bet. Curly L's everywhere. You get one. And we see y'all, we take tomorrow off. So we see y'all again Thursday.
See y'all Thursday, man. Make sure y'all, like I said, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. If you want to become a member, make sure you hit member in the comment section. We will find who you are. We will message you personally to find your Instagram. And we will send you the link to become a member so you can get added to the chats. Other than that, we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.